Installation of NAV 2013 beta is not much different from installing the 2009 version of it. The major difference is the service tier is a 64-bit application, so without a 64-bit operating system you won't be able to install one. This one is Windows 7 with Service Pack 1. It has all hotfixes installed, and it is a 64-bit version of it here. So this one will be fine for actually installing it. 4 GB of RAM is more than enough. 2 actually works fine also. So, but this one is DVD downloaded from Microsoft's partner source. I'll extract that one in here. And that process finished, so then I will go into that folder and I will basically just run the setup exe in here. And it's fine. We'll click next. From that one is I will accept the license term, and then I will basically install the demo up here. It will give me a warning that I don't have Outlook, so the Outlook component won't be installed, but that's fine in this case. But I'll just click next here, and it then start installing it. Compared to 2009 demo installed that used a 2005 SQL Server, this one actually uses a 2008 SQL Server R2, so it's a lot more modern. It also uses newer .NET frameworks that is a little annoying because it takes longer to install, but else there's no major difference between the previous install and this one in here. One of the big differences between 2013 and 2009 was in 2009 there was a classic client and people could actually run their business in the classic client. This one has now been cleaned up. It has been released in 2013. There's only the Rotel client, or as it's called now, the Windows client. But on the other side, there actually is both a web client and a SharePoint client that also ships with this one. Before, you were used to being able to actually run reports by launching the classic client and just let it generate the layout. That options don't exist any longer, so that will be one of the hurdles for customers that already have 2009 or earlier versions to upgrade to this version, because it will be time consuming to convert the reports. One of the nice things compared to 2009 reporting is it's a lot more powerful, the 2013 reporting in here. It's using 2010 SQL Server or Visual Studio, and it has a lot more features in it. So it now installs 2008 SQL Server, and that's the longest one of the processes in here. There is a lot of good documentation on this installation CD also. So if you look in the documentation folder, you will actually be able to see the different pieces of documentation and how to install the different components. This series of videos will also have an install of the web client, and there will also be an install of the SharePoint client also. The SharePoint client require the SharePoint Foundation, and that's also a free component from Microsoft, but it only runs on a 2008 or 2003 server, so it will have to be installed in a different computer than this Windows 7 version in here. That won't be able to support the SharePoint client. SharePoint clients is not that much different if you only look at the NAV part than the web client. So the web client shows a lot of the same features, how to create sales orders, but the integration points you can have with SharePoint is the huge advantage with the other client in here. It'll take a while here when the SQL Server installs. SQL Server now finished in installing. now it's installing the Visual Studio components for report viewer and other pieces like that one. The last piece to install is NAV client components, and after that one would be the demo database for 2009 or 2013 beta version. The last piece here is the sample database, and after that it finishes the process. And if I look at the problems here, I only had the Outlook component, and that's because this computer don't have Office installed on it. The installation now finished, and to check out the Rotel client, I have my new 2013 Rotel client in here. It has a few differences compared to 2009, the major one being that they're now using Ribbon like in the Office package, and the charts are much more powerful than what they used to be. You can actually, even in a chart, actually drill down to look at the data and all kinds of things in that one in here. But else is a lot of things the same. So if I go in and wanted to create a sales order, for example, I'll go in here and say new sales order, and it's not that much different, except of course the ribbon portion instead of the menu up here. The development environment, as the name is for what used to be the classic client, there's only a few things left in here. So if I open up the database, it's my server, and this one is a demo database I just installed in here. I get into the object designer. I can also go and actually open up the company. But I don't get a menu suite, I don't get anything. The development environment is not able to process any code at all any longer. So it's only a place where you actually do design. There's a few things that you do from in here. You create new databases and do the database operations. You create new companies. And then the backup is the only thing that's left in here. Even the user login and administration has also been moved to the Rotel clients. So yeah, but that's the new 2013 with the complete install in here into a Windows 7 64-bit version.